you obviously are deep in football. Where does your love for sport come from? Just if you can take me to the beginning, how do you get into all these disciplines?
I've been a sportsman. I played football, some little basketball. Though with rugby, I have not played, but I love the game.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of the Kampala boys.
Ah, fair enough.
So that's where I've been.
Kampala boys.
And when it comes to football, actually, I started Kitara. By that time, I was working with Airtel. That is 2010. When I was working with Airtel, and we used to have there's a promotion. So we'd have bring boys from Kampala to entertain people in Hoima.
Okay.
So later on, with friends, we decided and said, no, let's come up with a team in a league that we could use to do this. So we started the team. And I was the first CEO of the team.
Ah.
Yes.
I'm not sure I had that detail of first CEO of the team.
I don't know about the first CEO you did, but I was supposed to actually ask you. You've decided to answer the question way before I ask.
Yeah.
Because I'd heard a bit about you being one of the co-founders of Airtel Kitara, which is now Kitara anyways, as a result of working with Airtel. Quite interesting. So beyond that, because if you talk about using it to promote whatever you're doing, why did you want it in the league? Wasn't that a step too far?
No, later on we realized it was very expensive bringing boys to play and just play and go away. So we looked at having a team in a league was more easier because we were looking at the young boys. There's a lot of talent in Hoima, a lot of talent. So we were looking at young boys would bring on, keep playing.
Yeah.
But later on, as we kept on moving, even our goals kept on changing. We looked at, because when we played in the 5th division, we were winning, came to the 4th division. Then we played, I think it was the UPDF team, the one of Masindi. We played them in a final of qualifying to the regional league, and we still beat them. So, you know, every time you win, your urge comes up. You want to win more.
Change.
Yes, win more. So we kept on with the team. It was Airtel FC. But the fans were there. People loved the team. Like you've seen the fans in Hoima. People want sport. If you went to Hoima and threw the ball in the air at Hoima Bomber Ground, and there are two jerseys there, you'll see in, I think, the next 30 minutes, you'll see the field having people around it.
Yes.
So we realized that as we were moving on with Airtel, as a brand, they were not coming in to support. It was the dealership. Because by that time, the current mayor, Brian, who's my young brother, was actually running the dealership.
Right.
So he was actually also supporting. And he was our first president. So we realized that if we wanted to tap more on the fan base, we'd have a name that resonates with the community we're in. So we went for Kitara.
Yeah, okay.
But because the rules don't allow you to change immediately, so we had to run 2 seasons of Airtel Kitara until when we had to change to Kitara.
Small dreams then at the beginning, Afande, because you and friends meet up and say, listen, let's have a team. Years later, it's now a major name in the country. How much of an impact do you think, not football in general, but Kitara FC has had on the region then?
A very, very big impact. Economically, you'd see that if you went back to Hoima or Masindi, where we used to play from, a number of people were benefited from the team through selling, doing this business-wise. Then even the identity, and bringing people from the region together.
Right.
Because as of now, apart from Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom, something that would bring someone from Masindi, Hoima, Bolisa, Kiliandongo, the Greater Chivale together is Kitara. Because all of us come together and we are all singing one song.
Yeah.
So that alone has brought the unity. So it is playing a big part in the community.
So fantastic. And of course, that's the power of football, to be honest, whichever part of the country you're in. I want us to talk about that period and how now you've come through as the interim president. Of course, you have dreams of becoming the president.
Okay, from the time I was CEO, then that's when I went to the police. I joined the police in 2015. So my brother Joshua took over as CEO.
At Ugonza?
At Ugonza, yes. Because he has also been with us in the journey from the beginning.
Okay.
So he took over as CEO, and he has been, I think he's the longest serving CEO in now the league. Because he has been around for long.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So he took over, then when I came back from the training school, the president was there, Musinguzi Dennis, appointed me as his vice president administration. So I've been vice president administration.
Yes.
Yes. But when you look through, we have kept on changing presidents. We're from Brian, Dennis, Godfrey Bamwenda, now Deo Kasozi, who has actually made a very big record. He has set
the bar so
high.
Yeah.
And I really want to thank him because when Deo came in, very few people expected him to, because he's this quiet person. No one, I think even some people in Oima didn't know about Deo. Apart from those who had gone with him to school, because he's a very reserved man.
Yeah.
But when he got in, he has surprised very many people. He has really done a lot in the club. He has really pushed us to achieve our goals that fast.
Yeah.
What we were thinking would have come maybe in some years, he has really pushed, and we are there.
You have won the big league, you've gone on and done well with the Stanbic Uganda Cup. Where has he left the club though? Where has Deo left? How healthy is the club that Deo has left behind?
Now, the only thing that I think I want to put straight is that Deo has not gone anywhere.
Right.
You see, we have had that before. Even when Deo was coming, we had an interim. Though, at that time, I think people were not focusing on Kitara. But we also had an interim. And I still sat in during that interim.
Yes.
So, Deo, because our policy is that we have an executive above the president, the board of board, where all past presidents sit and founders of the club. Because we're looking at that if one leaves now, you'd not want, like what Deo has already done, you would not want all that to go to waste. So he has to sit there and make sure that whatever he had planned for is still ongoing.
Yeah, being worked on.
Yes. So he's around, he's with us. I had a meeting with him 2 days back with other members, and we are planning on how to reorganize the team. You see, when it comes to media, there's a lot of, I think, Indulu. Hey, Kitara, but we have gone through this season in, season out.
Yes.
Because even last season, we had players who left. Either because their contracts had run out, or...
Yeah, but probably players that you did not need, those that you wanted still stayed. Maybe that's the difference.
Yes. Yeah. Now, you see, even players have their own goals. Because I've been looking at people talking about, Kitara has done trials, Kitara is doing trials, but we've been doing the trials. The Lazaro Wambale that we are seeing today came through trials. Lazaro had even a season where he sat a whole season, and no one knew about. Lazaro came through trials. He was from Wenzori Lions. He came to trials, and we picked him on because he was a winger. Later on, turned into
right back.
A right back. So we have seen JB, this young boy JB. He has also gone. He came through trials. So it has been our norm as a club that every time would need to at least identify or pick on new talent that you'd want to bring on. And you cannot do that if you don't do the trials.
Yeah, but Brian, maybe just before you add on to that, that's their system. We are Uganda, so we have to do things different sometimes. But a club as big as Kitara maybe should be having a proper scouting system and not trials. Call everyone from the village, come and try. Why?
Well, I don't. They've done well, and but let's not, I think, make it seem like they've been here for 100 years. Like, okay, many years, like the Villas, the KCCA. What I think they've reached the status of not doing the trials, the manner in which they do them. But I think the reason behind the trials is more about, I want to think how the club started, ensuring that you bring it closer to the people of the area and then say, are there a couple of kids that want an opportunity? So let's do the trials and bring it up. It's just cause we've had it a lot now because of what has happened in terms of the exodus of the players. Before we didn't, because we knew Kitara had a team. So even the trials weren't going to fix the problems of the team, but rather just pick one or two youngsters and add onto the team. I think that's where the difference is. Now, when you raise yourself to the level of the continent, not many people are going to take in the trial exercise or welcome it as well as they would have done if Kitara was just about that team that wants to stay in the league. I think it will be normal because we've already seen it. We are not at this level where we can't do trials, in all fairness, in our game. Our game hasn't grown that big because Villa themselves a couple of years back were doing trials, if I'm not mistaken, even last season, I think. So they've always done it. Express, same thing. So why wouldn't Kitara do it? Yeah. So while I feel you've raised I think you've caused yourselves problems by raising the bar so high. And then people thinking, you know what, at that stage, once you get there, you shouldn't be doing that. But I can understand where probably the reasoning comes from.
Here is, first of all, there's a reaction in my phone from from your CEO who says, is it Kitara FC or Police FC? Because at the end of the day, you're paid by the force. If you do well in Kitara, the force is going to be jealous. Why are we paying you and you're taking your services to Kitara? You have a big decision to make in the near future.
I don't now, you see, I think these are two different things. Yeah. In the force, I'm doing a different role. I have a different role I'm playing.
So what if they wake up and say, we want you to become the chairman of Police Football Club because of the experience you bring from Kitara?
So what bye-bye to Kitara.
Hey!
One thing that we need to know, my first love is Kitara. Because this is something I have started, something I've been in. So obviously the first love starts from there. But for now, let's talk about Kitara.
Let's talk about Kitara. But you know we're going to talk about the Police.
Yeah,
you know